your power, it feels so much better. Take steps to heal your wounds. Incidentally, I offer a journey to the abyss online. It's on my Star Wheel Astrology website and the links in the associated blog. It's certainly given many people wonderful insight and help. Okay, we move on to Chiron. Now Chiron starts July at 25 Pisces, and basically it's really important to check out, does Chiron's present position aspect a planet in your chart, and what house or life area in your chart is Pisces? Because that might well be that you need help in healing. It's quite wonderful the help we can have, including past life help. You know, wounds often come to us in this life from past life, and knowing their origins can be so helpful. But there's many other healing techniques. My wife Maggie Pashley does many healing techniques worldwide online. And get an astrology reading from me if you feel this applies, that it's an important call to healing time. And by the way, I'm finding it so amazingly valuable to carry over analysis of our Chiron wound effect into the Vedic astrology analysis. And indeed, this includes seeing where Chiron falls in the Varga charts of Vedic astrology. Now, the Varga charts are the divisional charts of Vedic astrology, each of which has something super wonderful and so important to know about a specific area of our life. It's amazing what happens when I've put Chiron into the different divisional charts. So this Chiron transit is a call to look within, to take stock of, what are my wounds? How do they affect me? How can I heal them? And often as we do that, we can become the healer of others. For example, a person with Chiron conjunct Mercury in his birth chart, who was seen not at all a good student at school, had a Chiron healing energy when Chiron transit opposition his natal Chiron, and he actually went on to become a teacher of English. Okay, Lilith. So Lilith is our shadow and what's stuffed down in there, and especially our wild side, which we need to have an identification of and incorporate in the way we express ourselves, if we're to be fully us. So Lilith starts July at 25 Cancer, ending the month at 28 Cancer. So realise that Lilith is thus conjunct Venus closely and also conjunct Mars. And it means that Lilith, Venus and Mars are all square Uranus, the planet of revolution. So do see my part 5 July astrology newsletter all about Venus, Mars and Lilith for the explanation of this most important to know about energy. It's got hidden intensities, raging and self-protectiveness, but it's got such wonderful ethical fullness and strength if you can hear the identification and embody it. So last of all, we look at the moon, at the nodes of the moon, and then the moon. So the nodes of the moon, well, Rahu, the north node, transits from 6 to 4 Aries in Ashwini Nakshatra, the first Nakshatra. Ashwini's energy is the healer, but it's a special sort of healer. It's like the ambulance man who speeds to the site of the accident and offers immediate healing. And to grasp the energy of Ashwini and Ashwini people, be aware of the fact that Ashwini's power animal is stallions streaking across the skies of dawn. So with Rahu, the North Node, transiting Ashwini from 6 to 4 Aries, be aware that an energy will run of impulse and taking initiative, having brilliant ideas, embracing revolution, but don't go totally overboard, because Ashwinis are famed for rushing into things and then regretting it. They're famed for driven overloading of themselves and damaging their lives and relationship thereby. Beware Ashwini's driven, immediate side, must have, I want. And Rahu, transiting in Ashwini, will amplify this. And Rahu itself is so driven. So Rahu ends his Aries transit on the 30th of October when he enters Revati, the final nakshatra of Pisces, the final nakshatra of the zodiac. Going through, of course, the Aries Pisces Gandanta, from 2 Aries to 28 Pisces. Now, across the chart from Rahu, the North Node, is of course Ketu, the South Node. Ketu, the South Node, is transiting 6 to 4 Libra in Chitra Nakshatra. And this will be a hard time for those with planets in Libra and Chitra. Past life issues will almost certainly arise to be dealt with if you have planets in this area of the Ketu transit. Now, Chitra Nakshatra people's task is to polish up the pearl of their special talent to make it shine more and more in life. Ketu will violently combine with Chitra's ruler Mars and will sigh away at our darkness and our over-materiality, with the divine purpose of enhancing our spiritual awareness thereby. The ruler of Chitra is Vishvakarma, the heavenly architect. Try to make sure the edifices you are constructing in your life at this phase are spiritual. Ketu is incidentally heading for a terribly sharp Ketu-Mars conjunction at 1 Libra on the 5th of October. Be especially careful around that time. And Ketu enters Virgo on the 30th of October this year. It's important to note that if you have planets in the first half of Libra, where Ketu is now, or the second half of Virgo, which Ketu will move into on the 30th of October, it's a transit. A Ketu transit can so often produce fears, lying awake, fearing this, fearing that. You need to find a way of dealing with that. So my last topic is the moon. The moon starts July at 17 degrees Scorpio. There's a full moon on the 3rd of July at 16 Gemini in Ardra Nakshatra. Sorry, Sun at 16 Gemini in Ardra Nakshatra. Moon at Sagittarius opposite in Purvashada Nakshatra. Do see my upcoming video and blog about that full moon of the 3rd of July. And then it leads to the new moon on the 17th of July, with Sun and Moon at 0 degrees Cancer in Punarvasu Nakshatra. See my upcoming videos and blog posts about these July full and new moons. So, to get a reading from me, go to my Star Wheel Astrology website. And if you're interested in seeking relationship and you're on a spiritual pathway, go to my Love Star Dating website. So you can get a readings of many different sorts, or a sort specified by you on either of those. And my wife, Maggie Pashley, does very many healings online. So go to maggiepashley.com, and the spelling of that link is at the foot of the associated blog post for this video. In fact, do subscribe to my astrology blog and subscribe to this YouTube channel of mine. You can see the charts for the lunations and the ephemeris of planet positions for each month in 2023 on the Star Wheel Astrology website. And I've got a wonderful series of blogs and videos all about nakshatras on the Star Wheel Astrology website. The houses of the birth chart, the signs of your birth chart, how to interpret planets' retrogrades. So I do hope this analysis has been helpful for communicating the at times quite disorientating energies we'll all have to cope with in July, and for identifying positive benefits that are offered at this time and ways of managing the disorientation so that we become the hero and stick to realizing the benefits. Thank you.